I've already done the intro, but you couldn't hear me because my microphone was off. Good evening and welcome to Qatar for the Bawa Grand Prix of Qatar at the Lusail International Circuit. Steve Day, Matt Burt and Simon Crafar to bring you live coverage here of the first Motogp race of 2021. And with it, we have a new face on pole. In his brand new factory Ducati colours, Pecco Bagnaia lines up on pole position alongside Quartararo and Vinales in one of the most unpredictable starts to a season you could ever wish for. We wait for the return of Marc Marquez. The world champion starts from 10th. The evergreen Rossi starts from 4th. And any one of 8 riders could win tonight. Does it get any better than that? Oh, and just to throw this into the equation, it's the most windy that it has been at any point during testing and throughout this weekend. Expect the unexpected, Matt Burt.
Yes, it was unpredictable, it was dramatic, it was thrilling in 2020. Let's hope we're in store for more of the same throughout the 2021 MotoGP World Championship. Under night lights, the famous lights here in Qatar last night, well, it was very much loved by the factory Ducati team. Pecco Bagnaia, the 45th Ducati pole in the Premier class, his first in the MotoGP World Championship, first since he was world champion in Moto2 back in 2018, and they're all trying to wrestle the #1 plate off this man, who it's fair to say had a bit of an underwhelming start to the defence of his world title. Not gone smoothly at all for reigning world champion on the factory Suzuki, Joan Mir. Not finding confidence and comfort in the front end of that GSX-RR, which is normally one of his real strong points. There's work to do for the world champ, as Steve said, from the head of the 4th row in 10th place. Although, let's be honest, he's not really renowned and famed for being a great qualifier, is he? So in the past, when he's found himself mired down the field, he has been able to find a way through, although tonight looks like it's going to be quite a complicated mission if you base your judgment on what we've seen so far from Mir. He's not been at the races, really.
No, he hasn't. The boy in blue has been singing the blues so far, but can that change today? Here he is then, Valentino Rossi, ahead of his 26th season. No longer a factory man in satellite colours. The fastest independent rider yesterday. I think that came as a surprise to him, as he had to go into Parc Ferme. What can he do from 4th place on the grid? And you can hear we've got some fans back, and no surprise to hear a few cheers from them at the sight of the number 46.
Can you believe it? 46, about to start season 26 as a World Championship Grand Prix rider. Almost on the front row of the grid last night. He followed Pecco Bagnaia around on that last lap. Never lapped quicker around this Lusail International Circuit, Rossi, with a 53.114. It was just not good enough to put him on that front row. He starts 4th, a row ahead of his apprentice teammate, although no longer the apprentice, really. We can't say that about this man. Franco Morbidelli, 2nd in the World Championship last year. A bit frustrated last night, though, late on in Q2 to be pushed off that 2nd row. He knows he's going to have to be aggressive in the early laps to make sure he can go with what we expect to be quite a big group race. We don't think the pace is going to be hot at the start because of time management concerns towards the end of the race, as Ducati try and defend a great record here. They've won the last 2, but that man, Andrea Dovizioso, the man who's done it, not here anymore, of course.
Yeah, the last time Yamaha won here was in the hands of this man, Maverick Vinales, 2017. He starts from the front row. He's done more practice starts than I think he's done laps. It's been unbelievable from Maverick Vinales, but can he deliver? So often last year during testing, during pre-practice sessions, he was fast, but on Sundays the question marks were raised. Can it be different? Both he and Fabio Quartararo were running together in this afternoon's warm-up. Was that part of the plan ahead for both he and Quartararo coming up in the race shortly?
And they know that they've got a speed differential against the factory Ducatis. There is the rapidly expanding skyline of downtown Doha, about 20 kilometres away from this famous Lusail International Circuit. First joined the calendar, of course, back in 2004, host of the unique night race since 2008, now a mainstay of the World Championship calendar. And the good news is, of course, we're here for 2 races, a double-header. So plenty to look forward to over the next 7 days or so. It's been a tough start to 2021 for everybody on a factory KTM, including this man, Brad Binder, of course. What an outstanding rookie season he had last year, including that breakthrough first victory in Brno. But the going been very tough indeed over the course of the last couple of days. Brad Binder starting from way back, 19th place on the grid. He said last night, and it hurt him to say it, He's hoping for a top 10. That would be an amazing result. He said, that makes me sick to the stomach saying that, but it gives you an indication of exactly where KTM are at in terms of this weekend's performance.
Fabio Quartararo looking to get back to winning ways. Since he won in Catalonia last summer, not been on the podium since. Great race pace, nearly got popped. Here we go, green flag waves. Here in Qatar, it's the Tissot Grand Prix. Solid start from pole, even though he's got a wheelie, but Martin is flying through. Look at the Ducati's also good.
Sensational launch off the line, absolutely incredible. His teammate Johan Zarco in second place. Great start by Oliver Aprilia, also had a really good launch. 7th to 3rd, wouldn't be surprised. Stefan Bradl looked like he might have twitched. Maybe a jump start.
He's down to 10th behind the two factory Yamahas, who are 8th and 9th, by the way. What a start for the Suzukis as well.
So, right, yeah, the Suzukis just where they wanted to be. Not the starts though for Jack Miller and Pecco Bagnaia. Missed the start. Martin and Zarco certainly didn't.
Fabio Quartararo has moved up into 7th ahead of Jack Miller.
But there, the door was open. He just picked up Miguel Oliveira. Of course, he's not got a lot of experience, Oliveira, on that medium front tyre.
Which from Johan Zarco's front end, and that gives Aleix Espargaro an opportunity as well. But we're looking at the moment in 5th. Joan Mir then behind. Here comes Mir now. Two Suzukis now inside.
He's been picked up by Aleix Espargaro, Alex Rins, and now Joan Mir, the world champion.
On to the start, finish straight forward. Here is that. Yes, it is. Miguel Oliveira, Fabio Quartararo also trying to get on terms. Jack Miller, path.
1.3 seconds on that opening lap.
Ooh, sitting up there was Pecco Bagnaia. That was a move on.
Quick check on Valentino Rossi. If you're a Valentino Rossi fan, you might want to stick your fingers in your ears right now. It's made by the doctor.
And if Maverick Vinales is winning again tonight, he's got to do it from further back. He is down to 10.
Well wide. Miller came one through. There was no jump start, so Stefan Bradl absolutely got it German, although he hasn't capitalised on it. He's down in 18th place.
It's still Martin that leads from Zarco and Aleix Espargaro. Also, really good start from him.
Over 4/10 of a second clear of his Pramac Ducati teammate Johan Zarco. At what point does Jorge rise? That was Mia running Fabio Quartararo right at the marbles. You can't get on the gas too early. Oh.
Yeah, so already the Yamahas not quite in a stronger position as they were 1 week ago. The Suzukis
last the whole race distance. They had big trouble from about the halfway point last weekend. How much are they going to get more light? He's just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far, a 55.189. That was a 10th quicker than your race leader, Jorge. Start was sensational. He made a phenomenal start last weekend. Tonight's was just as...
Aleix Espargaro
Is he in hot?
through.
He's in hot.
Zarco on the cutback, goes back through into second, on board with...
Didn't he on the pack? Rins up the inside of Aleix Espargaro. Costly couple of corners then for Aleix Espargaro.
Goes through into 3rd.
This bodes well for a strong result for the Suzukis because they've already got themselves quite strong. We know it's pretty well known, but the Suzuki can be gentle on that rear tyre. It can nurse the rear tyre very, very...
Be quite surprised he's not seen anyone's front wheel yet. You just wonder, don't you, if Zarco's reluctant to go with him, because he
can't believe that this guy has been on a Motogp bike for less than a fortnight.
Here comes Rins, he's thinking about a move. Here we go into turn 16, the final corner here in Cat.
Mir swarming all over its rear tyre. The world champion can't find a way through. There's no way that Rins is going straight. He's not losing a lot of ground though. The headwind, which is blowing, perhaps not as strong as last week's race, it will...
Behind Jack Miller, the pair of them ahead of Quartararo.
Yeah, Vinales still down in 10th place. Durkee did take the place from Brad Binder. Binder in 11th now.
Further down the order, Franco Morbidelli, he's not made any headway. 13th for him, ahead of Nakagami.
Still stuck in 21st place.
Simon, you got some observations early on here?
No, only just big nightmare here at Qatar, and look at him go.
Yeah, it's a good start from Oliveira. We just mentioned that, and Binder also a good start. He's behind the two factory Yamahas. Alex Rins closes on the tail here.
In Suzuki's agility and corner speed through the fast rights, 12, 13 and 14. Got the momentum as well. It wasn't an easy pass, but he made it look easy in its execution.
On to the start-finish straight we get.
Alex Rins, all the hard work to do yet again. He has a bit of a moment on the front end there as well, going into the first. Still, Jorge Martin, our surprise shock poleman from last night, that's making the front running.
Yeah,
he's found a way through this time, but again he runs in wide, and Zarco, he won't need any second invitation.
Have another go. Here comes Alex Rins up the inside into turn 6. This time it does stick.
They've had a few mega tussles in the past, haven't they?
So it's now Pramac Ducati's from 10th right now.
Here comes Quartararo. Oh, it was tight. He might have left a bit of front. Mitchell and Renai standing firm ahead of him.
You have to wonder, don't you, if Vinales has got the bike underneath him, that he find the old game.
It's a long, long race though, isn't it? We know that tyre management is going to be absolutely essential. Yes, he's not where he wants to be, he didn't get the start he wanted, but let's watch this replay. Error, absolutely nailed it. Stefan Bradl went backwards. I think he thought he moved it. I think he did move. And then
He is now in between the Suzuki and the Ducati, trying to stay in the game. Great job so far, Liliat. A couple of rounds ago at the end of 2020.
factory Suzuki by the red rocket in the hands of the Frenchman.
Here he is then, he's being asked his first question, Martin.
Yeah, and he will know, he will hear Zarco's Desmond Sadici about it. That's the problem. He's got to try and get the brilliant drive out of turn 16 to break the toe of Zarco.
At the back there, that's Fabio Quartararo. He's been trying desperately to find a way through.
On that factory, they've been backed up behind Oliveira for some time here. And Martin Rins Zarco in relation.
It's got to be committed. Didn't fancy it. On board now with number 42, Alex Rins, as we then head into...
If he finishes in fourth place, he wants better, of course. That would be Aprilia's best ever Motogp result. Zarco, and it's going to be an inevitable outcome. There's nothing that Rins can do about it. Soul destroying, but
on the start-finish straight. By the way, fastest lap of the race, Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia, 54.798.
And it was a slow, not slow, but not on his red-hot pace in the first 2 or 3 laps. That confidently can start picking his way through the pack.
Alex Rins still trying to find a way through here. On board here with Vinales, the race winner from last time out, cannot find a way through here on Miguel
154s, the fourth being Franco Morbidelli, who's got an awful lot of work to do coming from 12th place. Over a race distance on that medium front, no surprise to see him going backwards. Maverick Vinales, the latest man to pick him.
Martin on lap 7, leading in his second ever MotoGP race. Around the final to the tail end of that Ducati of Johann Zarco's, but he's not passing it.
And here comes Bagnaia, top of your picture. Ducati, and just like Zarco did to Rins a couple of laps ago, Bagnaia does it to the world champion Mir.
Yeah.
Impressive, the pace of Bagnaia. Once he was able to dispense of Miguel Oliveira, he's very, very quickly got his foot to his lap of the race. A 54.491, a new race record.
He worked so hard yesterday in FP4 on really used
work done based on last week's information. They won't hit the same kind of tyre problems that hit him around lap 4, big tyre drop off from the rear last weekend.
It feels like a matter of time before Bagnaia. Joan Mir's trying to get back in on the action as well, the world champion. Further back,
no choice to go for the medium front tyre, given the fact that the soft wasn't lasting. Well, they did have a choice, of course, they could have run the soft, but 20th on the Tech 3 KTM. That was a move made by Alex Rins, has taken second, and he's trying now to get some slipstream behind your race leader Jorge Martin.
The Ducatis were being even slipstreamed by the Yamahas, so Rins at the moment doing a good job, but he using again.
And pay attention, Steve, the 2 quickest men on the circuit right now are the Monster Energy Yamahas. That was half a second quicker than your race leader Jorge Martin. Vinales 2.2 seconds behind Marcos. His last 2 laps in this race have been absolutely on a different
fourth, and that's all it will be for Rins and Vinales. Who comes out on
here? It's all about the Pramac Ducatis. Are they going to trip each other up? Zarco trying to get close, so to make a move for second place. Here it comes on the inside of turn number 15. Nicely done by Johann Zarco.
It's Zarco versus Martin for second, but the race winner tonight, no questions about it. A stunner from Zarco. Martin finishes third, the rookie, in just his second ever Grand Prix. 15 being covered by 8.9, the top 14 covered by 6.4 in.
Race 1 victory for Maverick Vinales. Race 2 goes to Fabio Quartararo. 2 Pramac Martin from pole. A French 1-2 here in Qatar. Can you believe that? Worth